You're welcome to another episode of Funke Sings. And you know what? You know you got engaged. You've chosen your planner. And now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of it all. Guess what? The budget. Yes, the budget. But you know what? The budget doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be scary at all. The first thing you need to decide when you're coming up with a budget for your wedding is this. How many people am I expecting? Is it 1,000 people? 2,000, 300, 200, 100. I want you to bear in mind and I want you to understand that the more guests you have, the more expensive your wedding gets. Do you understand? The more guests you have. So you have a wedding of 1,000 people, it's going to be more expensive. You know why? Because it's a multiplier effect. So that means that the more people you cater for more people, you have to do drinks for more people, you have to do a lot of more variables for more people. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. So the first thing to decide is what kind of budget do you want to have for your wedding? And your budget can vary. It can vary. Don't compare your budget to the next person. I believe in cutting your coat to your size. You understand? You don't have to have the wedding that the next person is having. But the thing you need to decide is this. Come up with a budget. Do a budget estimate. There's nothing wrong with doing an estimate. Just have a budget estimate. Come up with something that tells you that, this is how much you think you want to spend. This is what you think. But you have to bear in mind that you need to let the budget be a little bit higher. It's better for your budget to be higher, your estimate to be higher, than for it to be lower. So that when it's time to really go cut down the crunches or really go down to the basics, you already have an idea. So there's no point making your budget very low. And then at the end, when you now meet a vendor that you'd want to use, that vendor in particular is a bit higher than what you projected in your budget. So the first thing you need to do is talk to a few vendors. Ask them, how much would it cost to have this wedding that I want? For example, talk to your photographer. How much would it cost to have this particular photographer? There are some photographers that are more expensive than others. And there are some that are lower than others. It just depends on you. Are you ready to pay the price for the premium? You need to prioritize. I always tell people, what is the most important thing to you? Is it the decor? Is it the theme of the wedding? Is it the invitation cards? Are you the kind of bride that wants to get a dress from Vera Wang? Or you want to get your dress from the Cosibas of the world? Or are you the kind of bride that doesn't really care about that? You just want to get your dress from a shop down the road? It doesn't really matter. The major thing is, what is the most important thing to you? Is it the rings? Is it the food? Is it the drinks? Do you want to have a basic wedding? Or is it just going to be a wedding that has a lot of frills? Do you want people to come and have fun? You know something? I always tell everybody, any wedding you do, people will still have fun. It doesn't matter. Nobody needs to know how much you spent on your wedding. But you need to decide how much you want to spend on your wedding. You need to prioritize. What is the most important thing? That's the way to actually come up with a budget. What is the most important thing? So you talk to all your vendors, your photographers, your videographers, the decorators, the band. For some people, they want to have a high premium band. And a band that everybody's talking about, the rave of the moment. That band is of course going to be expensive. Or you can still have a band that is actually not as expensive as that, but it will still create grand, fantastic music. So you need to decide on what you want. It's all about you. Your wedding is about you. It's not about the next person. It's not about your brother. It's not about your cousin. It's not about your friend. It's about you. So prioritize your wedding. Prioritize. Decide what is the most important thing to you and allocate the budget. And allocate the budget for it. Thank you very much. We've come to the end of another episode of Funke Says. I hope that I've been able to shed a bit of light on a few problems or issues that you might have had while trying to plan your wedding. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to send me an email to ask me questions and I'm ready to help you. So thank you for watching Funke Says.